So today we're talking about how feeling like a kid again can boost productivity. Debbie, do you want to tell us more?
Yeah, sure. So recently Netflix has released a new show called Squid Game: The Challenge, which sees real life contestants compete in high stakes children's games in a bid to win a cash prize of $4.56 million. And this is a reenaction of the original viral show Squid Game, which came out a couple of years ago. It was a dramatized series and it was incredibly popular. Did you watch the original Squid Game, Chico? And have you seen this new Squid Game: The Challenge?
Yeah, I did watch it. The original was really good. There was lots of like fun challenges. Like I remember what's the one where they're pulling the
tug of war.
Tug of war. That's the one. Yeah, where there was a tug of war. It definitely reminded me of being back at school. That one. That was that sports day. Yeah, sports day classic. Really, really fun, that one. So yeah. It was it was really good, very shocking, but yeah, really good though. Yeah,
of course. The original Squid Game was quite it was a bit brutal, a bit vivid at some points. I'm sure Squid Game: The Challenge would be a little bit more tame than the dramatized version.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
But yeah, I mean, Squid Game really took the world by storm. I think it's quite amazing how the TV show, essentially each episode the contestants played a series of games, and these were all children's games, and ultimately there would be one winner.
Which one did you like the most? Which of the games was the one that resonated with the most?
That's a good question.
Remember there was the marbles one.
Yeah, I can't quite remember. I think I liked the green light, red. Is it green light, red light?
Oh, that one. Okay.
Which I think was the first challenge, just because it was quite shocking. Yeah. So if you haven't seen the original Squid Game or Squid Game: The Challenge, I won't give any spoilers, but do feel free to go on Netflix and check it out. And also let us know what your favorite game was if you did watch it. But I guess all the talk about Squid Game, the challenge, and the children's games, I think it sort of reminded you and made you think of a bit of a point, didn't it, about being a kid again, and what was the point that you wanted to share?
Yeah, definitely reminded me of how segue into like the topic of today. So it's how being a kid again can help to boost productivity. Because I think that what happens sometimes is that sometimes we're trying to level up, trying to really work hard and so on. Sometimes it can be really, really, really helpful to look back at some of the things you did do as a kid, and if you do them again, you start to realize that just how much fun it is, and it will really like bring back those memories back. So go on, sorry.
Also, funny you said this. I actually saw a Instagram reel or TikTok the other day where this guy was in a car and he was saying how was it possible that when he was a kid he was able to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, help get his siblings ready for school, take them to school, do a full day of studying. After school he did polo, then he did basketball, then he came home, he ate his dinner, then he did all his homework, and then he went to bed. And then he said that particular day as an adult he did grocery shopping, and now he's absolutely exhausted.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just goes to show how much you can do as a kid versus as an adult.
Exactly. Yeah, because it reminded me, for example, I remember a few months ago with a friend, we were doing like painting, bought like a frame and then bought some like paints from like the paint shop, and I started doing some painting, and it definitely transported me back to when I was in art class, because I've not really done any painting since I was in art class and doing like painting and stuff, and just those times of just kind of just being carefree, just going with the flow in that way. So yeah, and that was really, really, really good fun.
I guess it's interesting because I think as you grow up, if you focus on education or if you go into work, you tend to limit your focus. So whereas as a kid, you do so many different subjects. That includes PE, drama, arts and crafts, music, dance, plus you have your English, science, maths, etc. So your brain is, filled with creativity, but also education. But as you go further with your education, you tend to focus on a specific subject. So if you do a degree, you focus on that specific degree discipline. You specialize in one area. If you work a job, you usually specialize in one area as well. And sometimes what that means is you feel like you don't have time to do other things. And as an adult, you have competing responsibilities. So you're
adulting life.
Yeah, adulting life. Yeah. So it's interesting that you say when you did the painting, it made you feel carefree, and it reminded you of when you were younger and that freedom and just feeling, I guess, at peace as well.
Yeah. It was just really good fun. So I definitely encourage people to, try and think of some of the things you used to do when you were, younger. Try doing it. Trust me, you're going to definitely feel that boost, and it's definitely going to help you when it comes to other stuff that you're looking to do. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing to do. So got me thinking about like shows. Is there like any shows that you watched recently that maybe you used to watch that made you feel like a kid again?
Yeah, so for me personally, I still like certain children's shows. So, for example, Arthur, the cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon. Oh,
Yeah, that was a really
yeah.
good show.
Yeah.
Things like Recess.
Where'd you watch Arthur? Is that on?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Ah.
so they have a lot of the children's shows, the children's classics on YouTube.
Yeah, that was really good. I used to love watching that.
Yeah, so I do like watch. I think even Sister Sister and Moesha. I think
Okay, that came back to Netflix.
Yeah,
isn't
that
it?
was on Netflix. Yes, I think I rewatched that. That was really good. And even some old school British game shows such as Fort Boyard and Gladiators.
Oh yeah, I remember Fort Boyard, but for those that don't know the Fort Boyard one, what was that one?
Oh my God, Fort Boyard was amazing. So Fort Boyard, you had a team of, I think, 4 or 5 contestants, and they were dropped off in this sort of like a castle on water. So I guess it's a fort, they call it. And the fort has various different rooms. So what happens is the team have to go one by one into a room and they have to do a challenge. So the challenge is timed and they have to do some sort of physical challenge or a puzzle, or they might have to do a little bit of a fight. It's usually some really fun, interesting challenge that they have to do in the room within like a minute or so. And their aim is, I believe, is to get a key. Essentially, what happens is at the end of the show, they will have a series of clues that will help them to get like a particular word. And if they get the word right, then they get to win money. Yeah.
Right.
But it's just really fun. There's an element of danger in the show. There's an element.
Tigers or something?
Yeah.
What was that about? I'm trying to remember.
So essentially the fort has gold. So the whole premise is the fort has gold and the tigers are guarding the gold. But if you win the gold, you get, I think it's a minute or so to go in and quickly get as much gold as you can. And after which the gates will close. And if you're stuck in the enclosure, the tigers will be released. Yeah,
that's what it
but
was.
obviously, obviously they're not going to, make you stay with a tiger, but it added that element of danger.
But I remember thinking that they could get, because I was always thinking, oh no,
even if you watch it now, if you go on YouTube and watch it now, you might still think that the tigers might get them. But I think that would be a hefty lawsuit, so unlikely for that to actually happen. But no, it was a really fun show to watch.
Yes, it was. What was the other one you said?
Gladiators.
Oh, Gladiators, yeah.
I think you were watching that yourself, weren't you?
Yes, I was watching that myself, the other day. That was, in fact, I think it's coming back soon, I believe.
Okay.
I believe it's coming back soon within the next year, I believe, which will be interesting. Don't know if it will be as good as the first one. We'll wait and see. It's certainly a tough act to follow, but yeah, that was really good. So that one was that was a game show as well, isn't it? But that one was contestants coming on and facing these gladiators, which are these really, really massive, what were they, like bodybuilders, some were athletes.
Yeah.
They had like a house team basically, who were like really big and strong and quick and so on, who were like really good at sports. So the contestants would have to like face against, I suppose it depends on the round, but they would have to face against these elite group of athletes to try and win. So if they're able to beat the gladiators, then I think they win points. Mm-hmm. And then in the end, I think probably win cash prize, I would imagine. So yeah, that was really good fun. And I heard that's coming back as well. So that will be interesting when it does.
And actually that would be very interesting because I guess back then, so you had the gladiators who I guess were, you could argue, coached or expertly trained. Like you said, some of them would have been bodybuilders, etc. Then you had the contestants who were just average members of the public that maybe were fit. Because you could see a difference with their body type as well.
Yeah, for sure.
The gladiators tend to be a little bit more muscular, but the funny thing is nowadays, there are no secrets left with regards to bodybuilding techniques, fitness techniques. So it makes me wonder what edge the gladiators will actually have over the contestants. Because arguably the contestants will be equally as fit as gladiators. Perhaps maybe the gladiators, maybe they'll be more skilled on the particular game that they're playing because they play it more often. But outside of that, I think it'll probably be a good scrap.
There was one I was watching and it was like, I think they were climbing a wall. The one they have to climb a wall. So I think the contestants get to climb the wall first and then the gladiators will come after.
Yeah.
But then contestants had like a head start. But then when contestants climbed, he climbed to the top. The gladiator wasn't able to catch him. But then when they interviewed him, he was saying that he'd been practicing for weeks beforehand. I was thinking, so is that what they're doing? Is that what they started doing?
The contestants?
Yeah, they started practicing as well.
What happened was there were
okay.
certain challenges within gladiators that were fan favourites.
Yeah.
And I guess climbing the wall was one of them. So I think most episodes did have it. So that's one of the ones you could practice. But arguably some of them would have been a little bit more difficult to practice.
That's true. That's a good point. Especially when you're competing against them like one-on-one.
So you're competing against another contestant and then you're competing against the gladiators who are trying to scupper your chances as well. Yeah. So I think also the adrenaline of now you're in a stadium full of people, there's cameras, now you've got this big gladiator trying to pull you down off of the wall. I think that adds a added element of competition and fun. So yeah, it would be good if that comes back. Hopefully they do a good job if that does come back.
Yeah, no, it should be good. So yeah, so that was one of those. For me, it was recently watching The OC. Did you remember The OC back in the day? So that was like what do you call that?
Like a teen show.
Teen
drama.
show. Yeah, teen drama show, which was really good. So when I was watching it, it was just, yeah, I was really, really enjoying it. Sort of reminding me of when I was watching it before when I was a kid. So it really, I think it's really, I'll certainly, encourage the viewers to, look at some of the things you used to do before that really energized you and made you feel happy place. And certainly try and do some of those things again. You certainly get that boost. It will certainly help you in terms of your productivity. And just help you in terms of mentally, just feeling, positive and really energized. Because I feel like that's what we all need as we're closing out the year and going out to a new year. That extra boost is what we need to kind of close out the year strongly. So it will certainly help with your goals there. Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations of things that the viewers can do?
Just in general, just think about shows or activities or maybe games there might be for some people.
So maybe doing like a Christmas games night?
Yeah, it could be even Christmas games night, something like that. But
sipping paints, pottery class.
Yeah, pottery. Oh, that would be really good.
Playing sports with friends, like football or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Football's another one, or another sport that they might be really into. But yeah, certainly suggest, just, try and find a night or evening to try and do something that you used to do before. And yeah, you let us know in, on our Instagram, Business Key Pod. Let us know what you did and how you found it. I'm certainly sure you'll start to reminisce like, oh yeah, I remember this. This was really fun. And certainly help with those positive vibes and to really get you, really boost your positivity and also your productivity in the end. So
yeah, so we hope that you enjoyed today's podcast episode. Hopefully it got you reminiscing on your childhood and the things that you used to enjoy. Please feel free to join in the conversation, comment on Instagram, follow us at Business Key Pod. Also we're on TikTok at Business Key Pod. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, any topics you want us to cover, feel free to let us know and we'll be happy to cover them. We've really enjoyed today's podcast and we hope you have too. We'll catch you every Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.